Timeline where I'm from in the roach realm, people are more accepting and they're more tolerant. There's a very intolerant energy here towards immigrants, like extreme, but extreme. It's one thing to just be, hey, but it's extreme here where I'm at. Transgenders, and gays and lesbians and other folks who don't fit the mold. There was a film by the name of Civil War. Like, I'm going to say something. Where I come from, in that timeline, people, the biggest issue we had, which was a non-issue because everybody was just like, they're not fucking with you. There was a big push to not sexually harass women, but it wasn't huge. It was just like understood. Like everybody, it was like the timeline where I'm coming from was headed more towards light, which is 7,000 hertz frequency as well. George Statchum's don't like. And in that timeline, people, put it right here, so it's not hard for me to carry. In the timeline where I come from, people were a lot more, it was just, it was more like that. Just not even let love in. It wasn't deliberate. It was just like, it's understood. If a motherfucker want to walk around topless or something like that, let him. If a motherfucker want to walk around in a dress, in a skirt, and he identifies as a fucking male, a horse or whatever, let him. I get in this timeline and I see that there's a civil war raging on in England against immigrants. A show by the name of Succession is extremely popular, which I've never heard of. The only things I've heard of were The Wire and Tony Soprano. And in this timeline, they're not popular. The Wire was never a groundbreaking series, a blockbuster show like it used to be back in my timeline. I'm not in the right timeline, and I'm going to do a full-fledged article on this. It's going to be a lot to take in. I remember Dave Navarro was the singer for Soundgarden. They're saying that Dave Navarro, in this timeline, was the front man or guitarist for Jane's Addiction. And that was the first thing that clued me in that I switched timelines. I'm not in the right timeline. Madonna looks different. Her nose is a lot wider. And I kept hearing that Baron Samedi and them kept deliberately, really that man was that evil entity motherfucker, kept deliberately putting me in timelines where it was meant to exacerbate relations between me and Hispanics, so I could never get back in that original timeline, really. And it was supposed to be in the timeline, a very dark one, where like the colors are sepia. It's off here where I'm at. Look, I see the number 2 right there. Where there's supposed to be a World War III coming up, another world war. And a lot of Mexicans dying in concentration camps. And me being used to exacerbate it really is to keep me out that timeline. So I've been struggling to get back to my original timeline. While I was in the mental hospital, they had a very handsome man who I met there who was saying to me, Aryan looking motherfucker, who was saying to me that there was a film called Civil War. I heard of something like that in my old timeline, but it was very underground and very low budget. And they only made like barely livable wage, like barely $1. Here, this motherfucker was apparently shown in theaters everywhere. The last big film that got touted was I was in some of that shit, the Fantastic Four, Marvel Comics. Not no Civil War. I don't remember that. The Civil War here. Was being touted as True Kings only. A major film where even the president showed it. Where even the president showed it. And apparently, I keep getting shit fucking with my crown chakra. That shit's coming from fucking Baron Samedi and Dan Narcianica. Those two were working together. And Beelzebub showed me that. And they were trying to fucking kill him off in the astral plane to keep him from helping me out. Putting them, I'm so tired of talking about this and having what I was meant to talk about dissuaded by this bullshit. That's why I'm handling it. When Baron Samedi keeps getting rid of that spirit guide who taught me 7,000 hertz frequency and mixing her with that Dan Narcianica entity. They put them evil ass bitches here up as my highest selves. The one who did the tarot reading is off camera. I'm not sure as to what's going on with that. I was told it's roach attachments, but I was told that women deliberately put themselves on because they wanted to get what I got. But I keep hearing Barbara's energy, and when I get rid of these motherfuckers, this is deceiving evil shit. I get the woman in yellow here. Attachments, I don't know what the fuck is going on. And when I try to get clarity on the situation, they'll even come for me and start fucking with me to block me from getting clarity so this evil shit could feed. Beelzebub threw their asses away just like the Baphomet did while I was in jail, while I was in the mental hospital, and things got a lot better. But anyways, as I was saying before, they're trying to manipulate what I say and all of that, and I can physically feel this shit coming from not the ether, but like way up top on my crown chakra. They got my shit externalized like that, where they got my crown chakra wide open. They keep fucking with me so I don't take strides to escape this curse, get my shit back, and get back my timeline in my body. And I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is going on with that. If it's, I was told at the beginning of this curses and die and all this other shit, I'm being fucked with really, really fucking bad when I start talking about truths. But anyway, it's carrying on. It's hard to do anything like this when your own consciousness is under attack, and when the motherfucker that's responsible for maintaining it, Baron Samedi, lets it fall to the wayside. I even had Beelzebub say, shout that motherfucker's real name to the fucking highest of the high. And somehow they got it blocked to where motherfuckers can't come in and spiritually help me out. All right, with that being said, I was being fucked with royally. I had like a lot of videos, and then all of a sudden, they're not there anymore. And it stopped working after a while, but it shouldn't have, not to this massive level. But anyways, like I was saying, every time I try to get back on YouTube and start making sense and start talking sense and start, talking about the topics I usually like to talk about, I start getting fucked with really, really bad by these evil entities. And I'm going to say this right now, that Dan Arcianiga entity actually is in fact, I saw him right here a while back. Actually, in fact, what you call an unclean spirit. And those spirits are spirits that love to torment people and torture people and pull people into hell realms as they were pulled into hell realms. Hey, how you doing, sir? Because they love making people's lives a miserable, living hell, just like them. Try to use 125 hertz. So I see you reading the Book of Magic. I'm big into that myself. Use 125 hertz, 1185 hertz. Hey, how you doing, sis? To pull people out of hell realms. 156 hertz to pull people out of spirit jars. I wonder what 158 hertz does. I thought that was hold on, Shree. How you doing, brother? Yes, sir. Like your hair. Thank you. Hey, baby. Thank you. That's why when you see something like that, don't talk to it, don't engage it. I made the stupid mistake of doing that. I got fucked up. Oh, that he an angel, he this, and now it's an unclean spirit. So anyways, as I was saying before, I'm trying to come up with ways in which a person, can be able to can be able to jump into different timelines. As I was saying before, when I've seen the different timelines, they do, and this is why they say happy birthday, in the spirit plane, they do look like birthday cakes. And they'll take the form of, like the first one, which is yours, will take the form of having a circle. I'm sorry about that. Then the second one, ain't this crazy? The second one will take the form of like a I want to say a triangle, which is the next closest one. Your next closest timelines. Then the last one, which you're also connected to, which had Baron Samedi's head on it, which who was crowning it, will take the form of a square. So with that being said, with roach attachments, you can go within your consciousness. It allows you and facilitates your ability to be able to interchange realities. But I'm just trying to think, and I was sitting down actually earlier trying to contemplate, meditate on how it works. You know, this is some fucked up ass shit. They not only had an unclean spirit on me, but it's something to do with the higher self of the woman, Maria Santana, that keeps fucking with me supposedly, but I don't know how true that is. You know, when I went in there for a reading, the lady was really, really sweet, beautiful lady. You know, it was these women here. You know, I'm surrounded by nothing but evil, bad spirits. So I don't really know what the fuck is going on. And every time, like I did the other day, try to get a more objective understanding of what's going on, they'll block me or crowd out my consciousness, crowd out my train of thought to keep me from even going within myself to get an objective, neutral answer as to what's going on. I hear about that evil shit. And basically what it seems like is these people, hey, how you doing, sir? They got the higher selves of these women posing as Santa Muerte to try to fuck up my relationship with Santa Muerte, because Santa Muerte did nothing but help me out at the beginning of this. And well, you know, it's very fucked up. Like at the beginning of this curse, she set it up so that, you know, these motherfuckers have been putting me in dystopian timelines. You know, there was like a series of timelines. I saw it in like the triangular one where I was a despot. I'll just say it right now. When I was in high school, I wanted to be the Antichrist. I wanted to fuck up a whole lot of fucking people because I was one of those disenchanted kids that got bullied and picked on for speaking well in school. So I wanted to get back, and there was going to be a get back on the whole world. So I wanted to be the beast of the book of Revelations, you know, and this is just me being a child. I didn't know any better at the time. But there's a series of timelines that's in the triangular one, I believe, where I fucked up a whole lot of people, where I started World War III, had motherfuckers thrown in concentration camps and so forth and so on. One of the most infamous is Evergreen. Another one which is Veritable. I denied that there were concentration camps that existed. Was in there was a concentration camp where there was another one called Watershed. It was nicknamed that. But, you know, they keep putting these people, they apparently, from what I understand, with these women here, I was saying before, it keeps turning off. I need to fix it. Basically, Beelzebub broke it down. They went into the consciousness of these women, probably like they did with me, Alex Nascimento, or I actually saw him coming a long time ago, this bald-headed motherfucker, David Reyna, or Dave Bautista, I think his name was, while he was alive. He's actually a demonic roach attachment. Fucking with them women to try to get them to sign a soul contract. And told them once they signed the soul contract that if they don't keep me stuck in the hell realm, they're going to get pulled into hell themselves. Him and Baron Samedi, from what I understand, signed off on this. So that's some really, really fucked up shit. And so they've been using Santa Muerte herself, and kicking me out of her realm to try to keep pulling me into her hell realm. And they keep acting as Santa Muerte, trying to tarnish her name and all of that. You know, it's the highest self of these women here, not the women themselves. Her name is Maria Santana. But anyways, to finish this, let me go ahead and end this by saying, this is what I want to get at. And from what I understand as well in that timeline, the woman who took over my body or something, she got pregnant for Lil Wayne. A lot of people say I look like. I also have some hormones. And she did it so she can stay in my body that she stole. Again, I've been having my connection to God, which the best one is my connection to my father. Try to work on this case and help me out and get this shit off. And it's hard. It's very difficult. So with that being said, the key to being able to quantum jump all you have to do, I think, to me, the easiest but the unsafest is to have your consciousness open to roach attachments. Have yourself open to roach attachments. But, from what I understand, like I was trying to say in the other video, they got me down to my soul consciousness, in my subtle body. I'm just trying to figure out how it works. Like when they pulled me out of my body, they had me down to my whole soul consciousness. And I still see in the astral plane that I'm tied to that body and to that timeline. More so to that body and not necessarily that timeline as much. Because it's become a whole different parallel universe with pregnancy. I know this sounds all schizophrenic, but I've seen it supposedly in the astral plane. I don't know what's true anymore. And it seems to just fit. It seems to, just work itself out. Alex Nascimento can't come anywhere near me because I have that stuff on my crown chakra. But anyways, as I was saying before, they took out, supposedly, me out of my whole body soul consciousness, and that's where I've been. And before they tore me down to my soul consciousness and my whole body consciousness or something, and then had me down to my etheric body, which I don't know if it's the same, and then down to my subtle body. But I'm just thinking to myself how to do this. And I think aside from breathing exercises, that's the only way you can really do it, is the quantum jump. But within your consciousness holds the key to being able to astral project. And it's something about your spiritual DNA, which is like at the top right here. I showed it a while back. It can allow you to connect the different timelines and into different parts of your different parallel versions of yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and try to figure it out. It seemed like the easiest, you would have to have some degree of your consciousness open to be able to pull it off. I gotta think. If it's in a different parallel universe, you have to be connected to the body. You can use etheric strings, I believe, through visualization to be able to connect. I remember my Egyptian ancestors were saying something about crystals and the ions working in them, and you can use your energy to maybe fuel that to be able to connect. We'll try to figure it out.